Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I feel like running my mouth again before I end up leaving, because I'm gonna have a couple of cocktails. I just made my mind up. I wanted to talk about Martell Holt. Girl, for real. This is the thing with Martell. Martell Holt, I have made a decision. And the decision is final. Well, for today is final. Martell Holt probably has to be one of the most tired, trifling, late, delayed, delusional, not in touch with reality human being that I have seen on reality TV. Martell Holt decided to go live the other day. Martell Holt is probably one of the biggest disappointments I have yet to see on reality TV. And the reason why I say that is because Martell Holt made a decision to cheat on his wife and then get upset when she let it be known publicly what he had done. Fuck the fact that this bitch was pregnant, or she already had the baby more than likely. Before that even happened, he was just upset that she let the world know that he had cheated. So you want to do your dirt, you want to do what you want to do, and then in return, this woman who you have not honored, you have not protected, because you ain't protecting her, not putting her health at risk, because you're raw dogging your side bitch turned girlfriend and you raw dogging your wife. You putting her health at risk, and she is supposed to turn around and not say anything about you being tired, through, and late. She's supposed to protect you in return, or protect your reputation in return. Now, how the fuck does that work? So Martell goes live, and I wrote down, it was only like a 11-minute live. I wrote down a couple of things that he mentioned. Martell is the reason, in my opinion, why when kids are involved, the kids go through more than what they should go through. Martell is clearly using those children as pawns, or as a piece of this game that he's trying to play. I know some people may think that's wrong to say, but if y'all watched the video, y'all would completely understand why I've come to that decision. He's clearly using these children as a chess piece. When those kids, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the first thing he says is that Melody's brother, excuse me, sorry y'all. The first thing he says is that Melody's brother, Marcus, is posting pictures of them from back in the day. Okay, that's cool. Well, no, that's not cool, Martell, because I remember in like the last episode, you said that Marcus was never around and he just popped up. So that means that you lied. Marcus has been in the picture. But the thing is, even if he wasn't, it would still make sense to me, because Melody and Marcus have different they have the same father, I think different mothers. sometimes when you don't grow in a household with someone, even if you do have the same mother or, well, especially like when you have the same father with different mothers, there's a chance that you may not grow in the same household. So you may not be as close to your brothers and sisters growing up. And you may not forge a relationship until you probably get old enough, you know, or grown. Like, you know, I got a sister out there. Let me try to build some type of relationship with my sister or brother. So even if that was, even if Marcus and Melody just got cool a few years ago, I would still give that situation a pass because, again, they didn't grow up in the same household, and it's not uncommon for people who have the same father and different mothers not sometimes you don't have a close relationship with children that are not in the household that you grew up in. You see what I'm saying? But again, that just goes to show that, Martell, you lied because you tried to make it seem as though Marcus was never around. And if he's posting pictures of all of y'all or y'all back in the day, then that means that he was around. So you lied? Okay. He says that the kids say that Marcus hit them. I believe the kids. Now, this is the thing. Did Marcus hit those kids with Melody's permission, or does she have knowledge of what happened? Because let me give you an example. My sister and my brother-in-law don't put their hands on my nieces at all. Like, they don't spank them. They used to, but they stopped. I think the last time I saw my sister, like, she tapped Sloan's hand, like, stop, was like probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I remember one time, like Tatum, that's my oldest niece. This was years ago. This was before my second niece came along. I remember basically my sister saying like, pop her hand. And I remember I popped her hand once, and I was like, and then I was like, no, I'm not popping her hand no more. And so, like, I remember she would, like, say, like, if she was in the kitchen, she would, like, pop her hand. I'm like, I'm not popping her hand. Like, no. Like, I just, like, even I don't even believe in putting, and I remember telling my sister and my brother-in-law, like, y'all shouldn't spank the kids. Like, I just don't believe in spanking kids no more. Girl, that's just me. I ain't got no kids, so I know it's easier for me to say that. Because, girl, when they get to hollering and screaming, girl, all right, come give me a hug. I see y'all tomorrow, baby. Y'all doing too much. But all I'm saying is, if Marcus hit the kids, was it because Melody told Marcus to hit the kids? Was it because, does Melody, again, know about Marcus hitting the kids? Now, if neither one of them know about this, and this is news to Melody ears, I think that it needs to be addressed, because the truth of the matter is, regardless if you're the auntie or uncle or not, it does not matter. You are not the mama and daddy, and even if you go see your nieces and nephews every day, you cannot be putting your hands on somebody's kids, especially if they don't put their hands on their kids. But even if they do, like, there have been times, like, it might sound like I'm telling, but there have been times where I've had to tell my sister, like, hey, girl, Tatum just did this. And I let my sister address the situation, and then, like, I may follow lead. You see what I'm saying? So, like, if she tells her, like, you shouldn't do that, then I'll come behind and be like, you shouldn't do this because X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying? So I just kind of, like, take the lead from whatever my sister is doing. But if that is the case, definitely it should be addressed, and a conversation needs to be had. If he called those children retarded, that is not, and I believe if the children said it, I believe it, okay? Not if. He called the children retarded, I think that needs to be addressed. That is unacceptable. I also want to know what was the context like. Even though it still would be wrong in my book, don't get it twisted, just listen to what I'm saying. If he said something like, why y'all keep leaving these lights on? Y'all not retarded, or y'all acting retarded. So, if he said something like that, I feel like it would be a little bit different, even though you still shouldn't say that to your nieces and nephews, or to anybody for that fact. But if he said something like that, I would kind of understand because of the way that it was said. Either way, a conversation needs to be had. Don't be saying it to my nieces. Don't be saying it to my children, saying they retarded. No. Then this is where it kind of just got weird. Like, Martell, for some reason, I don't know what it is, and this is one thing I don't believe in. You don't get no fucking props. You don't get no red carpet laid out. You're not getting no fucking parade. We're not popping no bottles. We not toasting just because you do what you're supposed to do as a parent. Like, I don't know why, especially with men, I see this a lot with men. They feel as though you're supposed to roll out the red carpet and give them head until your knees turn red because, oh, I'm a good daddy. You're supposed to be a good daddy if you have children. That's like saying, bitch, I pay my rent on time, y'all should give me a prize. You're supposed to pay your rent on time. You're supposed to pay your bills on time. You don't get no hand clap because you do what you're supposed to do as a grown ass person. You don't get no hand clap because you do what you're supposed to do as a fucking mama or daddy. That's what you're supposed to do. But Martell feels for some reason that because he does the things that a father is supposed to do, that we're supposed to give him a pat on the back. No, nigga, we're not doing that over here. You teaching your children things. That's what you're supposed to do, nigga. What else are you supposed to do? Like, what do you get this from? Like, we supposed to, yes, Martell. Yes, Martell. You taught your kids how to read. You're supposed to. You taught your kids how to swim. Okay, you're supposed to. Or at least get them swimming lessons. You see what I'm saying? You taught your kids how to be self-sufficient. You're supposed to. Your kids should be able to go in the kitchen and grab an apple or a bottle of water. They should. They're at that age. They're at that age where baby Tatum them can climb over the fence, go in the kitchen and get an apple in the heartbeat. It's not that they can go into the refrigerator and get anything they need. Tatum just turned 6. Baby, she was climbing over shit at 2. Girl, she can get anything. So all I'm saying is like, you don't get no props. And then when he turned to the kids, now mind you, Martell is on live, y'all. He's on live. He's taking the kids to school. So he gets in the car. The kids are already in the car. He has the kids. He say, what have I taught y'all how to do? The kids, well, it was the 2 girls. I think the little boy was in the back not saying too much or nothing. Like, they were synchronized swimmers. Started saying, you taught us how to swim, you taught us how to fold our clothes, you taught us how to hang our clothes. Like, clearly, you have coached these children into saying these things because they're too much into sync with saying the same things at the same time. So it's like, Martell, are you for real? And then I think at some point, some people must have told him, because he started talking about Melody. And I guess I'm assuming that some people must have told him in the comment section, like, nigga, you talking about your mom, you talking about your baby mama or your ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife in front of your kids. Get out the car. He was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. So then he got out of the car. Like I said, I don't know, but that's what popped in my head, that somebody must have told him in the comment section, stop talking about Melody in front of those kids. So he gets out of the car, and then he has an envelope, and he's reading stuff off the envelope to us. Like, nigga, is this Hot Topics? Like, why do you have an envelope with things written down to talk about your ex-wife like you get like you on the motherfucking tube running down Hot Topics for the week? Like, I was like, this nigga is trash. Martell's number one thing on his hit list is to destroy Melody's reputation. If Melody is a trifling ass mama, then get full custody of the kids, Martell. Get full custody of the kids. Melody gonna have to pay you child support, and there you go. I'll say Martell is telling the truth about Melody when he said Melody dropped the kids off at a babysitter's house, and when he dropped the kids off, the woman already had 1 child. Now this is 5 kids for this one woman. Martell, you're trying to paint this picture of, though it's so difficult to take care of 5 kids. Nigga, don't you got 5 kids? And the truth of the matter is, if your kids are so independent, then those 4 kids and that one kid that the babysitter got, those 5 total that she's watching, it's not that big of a deal. Because quiet as it's kept, your son can pretty much take care of himself. Not, y'all get what I'm trying to not take care of himself, like, but they're at that age where they really don't need mommy and daddy. They can wipe their own ass. They can go in the kitchen and fix them a sandwich. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Wash your hands. You've been outside playing. You've probably been in the room scratching your little balls. Wash your hands, fix a sandwich and some chips, and eat it and go to bed. So that's the boy is at the age where he can pretty much fend for himself in the house, get what he needs to get. The girl is at the same age. Boss baby, to me, she's pretty much at that age too, where she can go in the kitchen at least get an apple or climb on the little ladder and get a bag of goldfish. You see what I'm saying? And a juice. So you trying to paint this picture of, oh, it's too many kids for this woman to watch, but then you're also trying to paint this picture of my kids are so independent. Which one is it? And again, you got 5 kids. Is it hard for you to watch your 5 fucking kids? Because if it is, then do you really need custody of those 4 that you are trying to get custody of? Martell, not making sense. You're talking in circles, brother. You're talking in circles, okay? That's all I really got to say about Martell. Martell, like, Martell is gross. I'm sorry. And it's just like, Martell is just a big ball of disappointment. To see this man who, it's just a disappointment. It's just a disappointment. Let's talk about Porsha. Let's talk about Porsha and eating pussy. And this bitch be lying. Let me play this little clip for y'all bitches, okay? We're going to get into this mess.
Her tongue was licking the toilet.
Oh, Jesus.
And maybe
don't tell me that, because remember,
okay.
she kissed me down. She
ain't kissed you down nowhere. What are you talking about, Porsha?
I said I would hope she didn't have her tongue down in the toilet because she kissed my lip.
So, Porsha, did LaToya eat your pussy out or not? Because it sounds like your slow ass drunk too much Hennessy before they said action, and you just told on yourself. And Shamia, again, come in trying to swoop in and save your silly ass. Like, y'all hoes doing so much lying, it's ridiculous. Like, at this point, like, Porsha, it is okay. Like I say, Porsha is an aggressive weekend lesbian. We know it. We know that Porsha is a liar. Porsha is probably the biggest liar on the show. We know that for factual. Hello? So the simple fact that Porsha has sat here and almost spilled the tea that her peach juice was dripping down the side of LaToya goddamn face, and her BFF, Shamia, had to swoop in and try to save the day again like she did on Candy Speak on It. Shamia, this is the thing where I'm like, Shamia, get on my nerves. Like, Shamia, how do you know what was going on with peach juice and LaToya? Because you just said on Candy Speak on It that you hadn't spoke to Porsha about whether or not she had Bolo or not, which I think is a bold-faced lie. Like, ain't no way in hell, bitch. That's been a hot topic of Real Housewives of Atlanta for the last 2 or 3 weeks. You mean to tell me, even since it aired on the show, you ain't talked to Porsha, or since you did speak on it, you ain't talked to Porsha about whether or not, or before you did speak on it, you ain't talked to Porsha whether or not she had Bolo? So you know that no pussy eating happened between LaToya and Porsha, but you don't know if whether or not Bolo had that big black cock inside of Porsha's vag. I'm so sick and tired of these helpers. Porsha, you don't know. Porsha, no. Girl, no. Shamia, shut up and sit down. Porsha doing what she do best. Telling her herself.